Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Right now, we have a lot of news on what the National Assembly have done in favor or against, depending on which fence you're standing. And a lot of Nigerians are talking on the issue of the amendment, the bills being constructed and restructuring based on the outcome of what have been done. The issue of VAT, the standpoint of Wike, Governor Yeson Wike, and other state governors like Sanwo-Olu, who would gain so much when VAT is now made on state level. The result is also out, and the standpoint you'll find in a moment. And of course, AGF Malami may be stripped of some of his powers. It depends on when this new amendment will be effective. All this we're going to give you in a moment, but before we do that, we advise you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Let's start with added VAT. The federal government plan to retain the collection of value-added tax despite a federal high court ruling hit a brick wall on Tuesday as the National Assembly rejected a proposal seeking to shift the collection of VAT from the concurrent to the exclusive legislative list, effectively leaving the decision to the Supreme Court, which is hearing the matter. A federal high court has last year ruled that state has the power to collect VAT. However, the federal government opposed the ruling and continued to collect VAT, while it projected that it will collect 2.2 trillion in 2022 through the Federal Inland Revenue Service. The regime of the President Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired also incorporated VAT collection in its Finance Act 2021 and included it in 2022 budget, a move that put the government on a collusion course with the Southern Governors Forum. Also, the Federal Inland Revenue Service was reported to have lobbied the National Assembly by sending a proposal to the House of Representatives seeking to move VAT collection to the exclusive list. Although the tax agency denied this claim, the National Assembly accepted the proposal and sent it to its Constitutional Amendment Committee. On Tuesday, the National Assembly voted on 68 amendments recommended by the Joint Senate and House of Representatives Special Ad Hoc Committee on Review of the 1999 Constitution. Well, 44 senators voted against VAT on exclusive list, 41 in favor. A bill for an act to alter Part 1 of the second schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to include value-added tax on exclusive legislative list failed at the upper legislative chamber. The total of 95 senators registered to vote, 85 voted while 41 voted in favor of VAT being collected exclusively by the federal government. 44 voted against it while no one abstained. In the end, the bill failed because it did not meet the minimum of 73 votes. That's good, which means the state governors and the states have the right to VAT. Now let's quickly find out the other news. But this may not be such a nice news for AGF Abubakar Malami, as while passing Bill 51 to establish the Office of the Accountant General of the federal government separate from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, the House also approved establishment of the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and of the state separate from the Office of the Minister of Justice or Commissioners for Justice of the state, in order to make the offices of attorneys general independent and insulated from partisanship. Independent candidacy in presidential, governorship, National Assembly, Houses of Assembly and local government council elections scaled through at the Senate. 94 senators registered to vote, 89 voted in support while 5 voted against. As the lawmakers voted against gender bills, Gbajabiamila had threatened that records showing how they voted would be made public. However, the details had not been made available as at 10 p.m. on Tuesday when this report was filed. And of course, reacting to the amendment, legal luminary Professor Sage, senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, said the amendments were not a positive step towards restructuring, but the exact opposite. Sage said this on Channel Television's Politics Today program on Tuesday. The senior advocate said in real federation, there are only two tiers of government, the federal and the state. He said ideally, the state ought to determine the number of local governments within that domain. He said that the autonomy granted to the local government by the National Assembly undermines the spirit of federalism. Lots of Nigerians have reacted to this. Unfortunately, the bill to give equal rights and gender and all that for the women in politics did not scale through. Well, this one, that means very soon, looking at what has been scaled through, AGF Malami may not be occupying very powerful seats at the same time occupying the minister and also becoming AGF. It's too strong portfolio rolled into one that makes him a powerful man when it comes to the issue of judiciary and anything that has to do with the law. But with the offices being broken down into several offices, to a great extent, the powers will minimize, and there definitely will be checkmates or audits to ensure that adequately services are being rendered. Lots of Nigerians have reacted to this move made by Senate, and very quickly, some senators agreed that they wanted immunity, life immunity, and life pension for senators. For the first time, these guys honestly they received sense. They rejected it. How can you be thinking of life pension for public orders or for senators when they said that we don't have money to pay teachers, we don't have money to pay lecturers, we are borrowing to fix infrastructure in Nigeria, and you are looking for life pension? Through your long, what have you been doing that you want to collect life pension? All these artisans on the street, have they collected life pension? That businessman opening shop in Opiweka, or the one opening shop in Ladipo, or the one opening shop in Tejosho, or Dugbe Market in Ibadan or your state, are they being given life pension? Come on. Let's not be doing this to ourselves. It's not being fair. You're there to serve, not to feed yourself and your generation's fat. It's not fair on the common Nigerian. Things are tough for the common and average Nigerian. Don't harden him more by insisting that you have life immunity. How? Immunity to do what? What are you immune for? Why are you scared? What are you looking for immunity for? Have you done something that you're looking for immunity so they will not catch you? Come on. Let's serve this country with love. Let's not do as if it is not our country. We don't have another country. So this one we have, let's guide it very well. Well, let's take what people are saying. This one here says kudos to Wike for championing the VAT struggles for state. He will go down in history as the father of restructuring for the new Nigeria. And I must say that's a good one. This one here is saying truth always prevails against lies. This will spur all sleeping governors to wake from their slumber. Tuale at Wike. That's true. This one is saying let's see if lawless federal government will accept these laws. This is great victory actually. The next thing that needs to be tackled is state policing, and then from there regional or state resource control. Alright, but whatever it is, Nigerians are actually saying kudos to what they have done thus far. They are hoping for better options. That's we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in that comment section, please. What's up?